Hi, pretty black girl. So, the title of this video is A Pretty Girl Does Not Owe You Attention. And yes, this title is controversial, but I just wanted to talk about it. And I'm just going to be ranting about this topic throughout the video, so it doesn't really have any particular order. Because today I went to work and I noticed that there was like these guys that, here and there I would say hi to them because they're my colleagues, but they work like in a different sector. We don't really work in the same sector. So, here and there they would tell me hi and I'd say hi, just greeting. But today in particular, I didn't say hi. And it's not necessarily today. I've had days where I don't really say hi. I just let them say hi. I don't know. I'm not always the type of person to say hi first. I kind of just let people say hi to me first. I don't know, maybe that might be a bit selfish, and one may argue that that is not having respect. But today I wasn't really feeling like saying hi. I feel like you have days where you don't really feel like saying hi, and I think that's totally fine. Like, honestly, I'm just currently in the whole spirit of not really giving many F's when it comes to people and just really doing my own thing and not really caring about what people have to say or think about me, because at the end of the day they're always going to have something to say about me. So yeah, basically that. And I'm going to also talk about that quickly, but basically I didn't say hi, and then they were like, oh, so we're not saying hi anymore. And so we're acting like this now, so you really are like that, something along that lines. He told me, and I was like, no, I'm not like that. And I didn't even say hi or bother to say hi, to be honest, after I heard that. And also the last week when I did see those guys, well, him in particular, he didn't say hi to me or anything like that, but he was kind of giving me like a weird look, and it's like I feel like he was kind of um subconsciously signaling to me that, hey, you should tell me hi. That's why actually I was inspired to make this video, because he felt like I needed to give him that attention, and in order to, I guess, feel some sort of validation that he needed. And I understand that greeting people is a form of respect, but for me personally, I respect those who I'm really close with. Of course, I respect other people as well, um, but I just don't really seem to be that big on saying hi, especially if I'm not like super close to you, or if you're just a colleague. I really don't mind not saying hi to you here and there. To me, there's like nothing that serious. I'm just not, as I've said, I'm not really that keen into being this like very perfect picture and anymore. I'm just like, you take me for what I am, and if you don't want it, then fine. That's totally fine. I don't really mind stepping on people's foot anymore. Because I think that when it comes to being a beautiful woman, people always expect you to give them some sort of attention, and it kind of gets frustrating at times. It actually gets frustrating all the time, and it reminds me of this. Um, a while back on TikTok, there was this trend: when you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person, you know. But it really, I feel like with pretty girls, is like when you're a pretty girl, you're never really lonely because there will always be someone upon your business. There will always be someone looking at you. We have to make that a new trend, honestly, because let's be for real, like if you're beautiful, you're really not alone. There's always someone staring at you from a distance. Like today I was working and there were like several people staring from a distance and like just looking at me, and I'm just like, okay, I get it, but damn, can I please just live without being getting stares? And then there was this man, and he was just staring at me, and I caught him staring, and he just kept staring at me and kind of was smiling, and I had to keep it a little bit professional, gave him like a little, like, I was kind of looking a little bit bitchy, but then later I remembered, oh, I'm working, so I do have to be a little bit, somewhat friendly. And as I've mentioned on the other video, I am a kind-hearted person, but at times it kind of gets annoying when people are constantly asking for your attention. They're constantly asking for your validation. As I've mentioned about the whole greeting thing, he made this like he made it seem like we're like these sort of enemies just by the way he was looking at me. Also, the last time, kind of giving me these like evil eyes, and it's like it's really never that serious. You're just making this a serious thing without it even really being that serious. Because first of all, we don't even really know each other that well, and I don't know you that well, you don't know me that well, so why are you acting like we are like these close buddies because we had a good talk one time? You know what I mean? It's like you talk with these people once and then they expect you to be besties, or like they expect you to like be the kindest person to them, and it's like no, we're just colleagues at the end of the day. And I see my colleagues as colleagues, I see my friends as friends, I see my family as family, relationships as relationships, and that's how it goes. I don't see you as a friend, I see you as a colleague. Also, people need to make that distinction of people being colleagues, people being friends, people being family. Make that distinction. Not everyone is your friend, not everyone is your family member. You know, I feel like people should make those distinctions. And of course, friends can be family, but you get the memo of people. I feel like people should make that separation. And maybe in his head that didn't really click, because for you to expect me to tell you hi, I mean, people, you may argue, as I've mentioned, it's just decency, but again, we're not really that close and we don't work in the same sector. We just happen to talk to each other, and that's fine. And if you really felt pressed about me not saying hi to you, why didn't you say hi to me first? That's just me. But maybe I'm just a little bit in my mean girl era nowadays, because I just got really irritated today also by the fact that there was this man who wanted me to give him like a fist bump. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly in English, but and I was like, no, like I'm not gonna give you my hand to you because literally you are acting weird. He was, I don't know, he was definitely doing something because he wasn't really fully in his head, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And he's like, why not? Why not? I'm like, no, I stood up for myself. I was like, no, I'm not gonna give you a fist bump. You know, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly again, but and he's like, yeah, but you're so beautiful, I want you to touch me. And I'm just like, no. And I just kept saying no until he left. And it's just like, again, people want your attention, and it's like, dude, I don't even know you, first of all, and you really are looking for my attention so badly, and it's just getting weird. And you know, people also staring at you from a distance, which I get. I mean, I do get that part a little bit more, and I understand that a lot more, to be quite frank. But I think really having this beautiful face and beautiful hair and beautiful body type, it comes with a lot. I'm not here sitting and complaining about pretty privilege, but I think it can be a little bit annoying when people are asking so much attention from you. And also when it comes to comments or like people objectifying you again, I think that can get also can be triggering, because I've had this man that has regularly come to this place where I work, and he would make comments about my outfit and be like, yeah, that those pants, they look really nice on you. And he's like made that comment, I feel like 3 times in total. And it just gets weird. And even to the point where this girl, she was looking at me, you know, that look when girls look at each other and they're like, um is this okay, like are you okay, girl, you know, to the point where that girl even had to look at me like that, like this is a weird comment to make, because it's very specific, you know. Today as well, I got a compliment again, and this man was like, you look stunning, you look like you could work as a stewardess um at a flight. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like that's how you give someone a compliment. But then being so specific about like my pants, it's like really quite objectifying, to be honest. um and I, as I've mentioned, I'm kind of just ranting about today. And I just feel like when it comes to beautiful women, people expect them to give them this attention, give them this validation. And I really think it's because, of course, beauty really attracts a lot of people. It attracts children, it attracts the young, the old. And I remember these kids, these 2 boys. Actually, I'm starting to remember the good parts of today. And these 2 boys, one of them told me a while back that my face was just I'm just as beautiful as a cake. And that was just so funny to me. And they came again, and then they recognized me, and then we all just started to laugh. And I thought that is probably the most weirdest compliment that I've ever received. And I thought it was cute and funny because they were like, let's say 12 years old. I don't know, they're super young, but it was a nice comment that I received. And then again, I got some chocolate boxes from this man, and he tells me that he's always super happy to see me, and there's something about me that makes him so warm. And those are the good parts of pretty privilege. I won't lie to you. And I'm kind of not talking about the whole a pretty girl does not owe you attention. I guess I'm just gonna add to it that it's a story time as well. But I think pretty privilege is something that one should, I guess, embrace, because I know that life in general is hard, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, being pretty is the hardest thing ever, because it really isn't. I'm just, of course I'm human and I have complaints about things, but I truly just, I'm allowed to complain about my life at times, and some things I just don't really like, and I feel like I should have the right to complain about it. But I'm in no way saying that pretty privilege is this worst thing ever, because no, it isn't. And especially when it comes to my background, not having the most richest parents and not having the most access to the highest parts of society, because of my parents and my background. I feel like because of the way that I look, I have had the opportunities to get into higher spaces and be invited there because of the way that I look like. And of course, it's not only because of my looks, but also how emotionally intelligent I am and how smart and driven I am when it comes to my education. So that has helped me, but I won't sit here and be like, my looks have not played a part, because then I would be ignorant, because I know that my looks have surely played a part. Having a man telling me that has a higher position at uni and telling me that I had caught his attention, and we having conversations because of that, that does say that my looks have played a part in it. And I am extremely grateful for that. But yeah, I think pretty privilege is absolutely an advantage. And but still, I will say that people need to realize that you don't always need to receive attention from someone that is physically beautiful, because not everyone that is physically beautiful is actually a good person. And that's something that people also need to realize, that you put this pedestal on someone that looks beautiful, and then you get mad when they give you this backhanded treatment, or they treat you just like they would treat any other human, and just like anyone would treat someone else. You're putting this pedestal on someone that you don't even know, and then you're surprised. So people put pretty pretty people on a pedestal, but then get surprised when they get treated badly by them, So you got to realize that we're just human. We're just human like anyone else. It's just that we have a beautiful appearance, and society has put that pedestal. And yeah, that's just really what I wanted to rant about. And yeah, I'm just ranting about everything, and about work, and about life, and about advantages that I have received, and also the disadvantages of it all. But to sum this all up, um, pretty privileged pretty privileged people do not owe you any attention, and you shouldn't expect too much from them, because really, in reality, we're just human like anyone else. And pretty privilege really isn't that bad. There are some disadvantages to it, but it's pretty fun out here, to be honest. Yeah, this is a shallow video of me, and I don't care. Stay beautiful.